So we are in Cameron on Astonia Resurgence based off of Astonia 3. This is the first town and looks a little bit different than the last time I played, but here's your first quest for Lydia. So kind of just guide you right here to where the first quest is. You shift click to loot the bodies. That guy has a key. If we were not playing on hardcore mode, we would actually, instead of just saying thou art level 2, it would tell you you have one save, which means that the hand of Ishtar will come down and save your life as many times as you have saves. Also, to avoid certain doom and death, this little thing here, this little piece of paper thing, is a recall scroll that takes you back to the last blue square that you were at, wherever you are in the world. Oh, so we completed Lydia's quest. Let's go give her this. And we got a little bit of experience there. We can raise the skill if we wanted to, but we're going to save up a little bit. Let's see what next. Gwendolyn, I believe, is the guy that gives the next quest. Okay. So, southeast. This guy, Fred, here, you'll see traders around the map. See it pops up that blue text there, Fred Trade. Click that, press enter, and it opens up a shop. See if he's got anything worthwhile here. More than likely he does not. Oh, that's not bad. Except we don't have any gold. I might grab that sword there once we have some gold for it. Yeah, but it don't matter. I think we actually get a better sword anyway. In this game, there's a lot of dark areas, so you really need to rely on your torches. But it appears this area that they have lit up pretty well. At least for now. Now, if you hold the Alt key and press X as a warrior, that's pretty much the only special thing you got. You use a skill called Warcry. It stuns enemies as long as your Warcry is strong enough to penetrate their immunity. Immunity itself reduces the effect of skills and stuff against you. So if you're seeing stars, that means that somebody's got a pretty strong war cry. And it slows down your movement, etc. For mages, it also will interrupt your casting. This is something that you want to kind of pay attention to, your endurance. I just accidentally blew my endurance there. I'm at 0, but you slowly regenerate over time as a warrior. And in order to pop off a war cry, you need to have the adequate amount of endurance left over. Up here we have a chest. Looks like we got a potion. And mushrooms laying on the ground, you want to gather those up, especially the higher level ones. We have come across a mage skeleton, and he's popping free spells on us. Notice how the character turns blue and real slow. And there's the quest item we need, so we're gonna use that scroll there that I was telling you about, and it automatically, we did not die, says uses a scroll of recall and vanishes. That's what it does. It takes you out of harm's way back to the last blue square. And then we're going to go over to Gwendolyn, and oh, I forgot to mention, for the Lydia quest, so the way you do this, you click on the item, and then to give it to a character, you push and hold the control button, and then click on that character. This looks like the second one, so we're going to go in here. This is the next skeleton quest. So for this one, you just go straight down. Notice those little blue orbs floating there. Those are lightning balls, and if you run into them, you're probably going to die. So this quest requires you to go over here. And then you see that skeleton slapping this thing over here. That's the cannon that he's shooting the lightning balls from. And then what you want to do, you want to run all the way to the end of the hallway on the other side of this fence. And you want to be able to complete this before that skeleton respawns and starts shooting fireballs or lightning balls at you. There is the item that we need. Another thing, in areas like this, like quest areas, it says 5 done, 3 to go at the bottom there. That means we've killed 5 enemies. There's 3 more to kill in the area. Now we're at 2. And upon killing the last one, it'll say you got a strike. Strike, you killed all 8 enemies in this section. Good work. You get a slight boost of experience for doing that, especially if you're hardcore and have experience bonuses turned on. It can actually add up pretty good. Down here where it says fast, normal, these 3 blue orbs, you can click that to make yourself go faster. And then the middle one is normal speed. And then F7, or the third one, is stealth. And stealth is also a skill that you can raise, and it makes your character invisible from a certain amount of squares depending on the person's perception that you're trying to hide from. Perception is also a skill that you can raise. For the most part, especially as a warrior, at least until higher levels, you want to be in normal mode. Otherwise, you'll be too slow in stealth to fight, or that's if you're fighting. Or if you're in fast mode, then that will deteriorate, take away your endurance, and then you won't be able to regenerate your endurance, and you won't have enough endurance to use Warcry. This is Nook. He's the Jester. He's got a quest also. I'm thinking now we have to hang on. All right, we gotta find the third skeleton area. This thing up here, this big orby thing with the white around it. This is a teleporter, so if you shift clicked on that, brings up a map, but we only have Cameron available, so that's the same area we're in. Using it just brings you right to where you are already. That looks like it's the donation store. Oh, here we go. This is where the third quest is for the skeleton quest. And before we do this, I'm actually gonna crank a couple skills here. I'm not sure what I want to do with this character yet, but I'm thinking probably just a basic character. So we're gonna crank up that attack and some sword. And then since we have enough, we'll just hit parry on that. And that should make us strong enough to get through this. If you haven't noticed, I stand in a doorway to prevent myself from being surrounded as often as I can. Because when you take back hits, it's not pretty. And you die pretty quick. So always be mindful of that. We don't need the blue potion. That is a mana potion for magic users, mages. And there is our third skull. I believe, yeah, we can keep our shield without having to worry about it. It used to be that if you idled too long as a warrior, then your shield would then disappear. So you would constantly have to keep moving in order to build up your endurance and also keep that extra shield there. But they fixed that, so that's cool. Now, in all honesty, I could speed this up and not check every single body, but I'm just kind of going through the motions in a very kind of relaxed, chill vibe kind of way, just to show you the game. Most of the time, the enemies don't have a whole lot on them, but every once in a while, there's a special item that you can find on bodies. Not to mention keys. I guess we'll go back to Gwendolyn here. And he gives us a quest here, or not a quest, cape for completing the quest. Intuition, strength, and hit points +2, which we can use and equip. Or can we? Oh, it looks like we have the gear lock button on. Okay, so up here, um, there was that red orb there, and if you click it, it said gear lock, now it says gear free. So now we can equip that cape, and we'll just put the gear lock back on just in case, so we don't accidentally click it off. Okay, Saint Nick, what are you doing here? He's asking us a math question. So this is the macro preventer, I believe. If you do not answer him, then he will give you negative experience. It's used to prevent people from cheating the game, creating bots, etc. So let's do the math question. Type the tab button to bring up chat, and then you can type in your response and push enter. And we got a lollipop. Nice. Merry Christmas. Well, it's February now, so but I'm not going to complain. I'll take the lollipop. Now there is another quest for Nook, the other guy, the jester. So we're going to go up around here. Let's see what this is. I'm not sure what it is. Okay, starter gear and exchange shrine. Shrine will upgrade the starter weapons to the next tier, so it only works on weapons. I have no idea what this stuff is over here. This is the first time I've been on here, especially in this area, probably in a couple years now. So they have definitely made some updates. Looks like it's just kind of cosmetic. And that Nook's quest used to be down in this area. I'm not seeing it here. We're gonna have to locate that. Or I wonder if they took the quest out of the game. I don't think they would do that. Ah, bear. It's alright. He's only level 2. I'm pretty strong for a level 2, though. This appears to be some kind of new addition to the game. And I'm not sure how to get over there, but we're going to figure it out together. Okay, let's see what this is. Oh, this is the Mama Bear quest, the hunter. Alright, we're not ready for Mama Bear. I'm not going to risk it. Okay, here's the robber. The Nook quest. So this little black hole in the ground, you just shift click and this will take you to robbers. Thinking that we should probably raise some more attack and some more sword here. And that was kind of rough. In fact, as a hardcore character, I think we're going to do something. Hang on. So right now I'm just kind of alt hopping onto another character that I have. And you're about to see my character get some little swirly things around him. It's called a bless. It comes from a high level mage, or really any level, but mine's kind of at least mid level. All right. Okay, I think that's going to help a little bit. Got a little more power there. What we really need is a better weapon. Slap some more parry on there. So attack and parry are basically self-explanatory to your offense and defense as a warrior. Sword, that just gives you access to higher level weapons and also boosts some of your offense and defensive power, complementary to your attack and parry. Make sure you close that door behind you because it takes a little while to close on its own. We're gonna wait until this guy respawns. And we got some light chainmail sleeves here with attack, endurance, and war cry on it. So back up here to the gear lock, click that off, make sure your gear is free, and equip. And now, hold on, let's see what the effect of that is. So our attack went from 8 to 19, or 17 to 19, that's pretty good. the final room has 2 of them. There's the quest item, the hat. And back here, there's a little bit of treasure. And then if you click on this in the corner here, there's a secret room. Shift click, that is. That legging isn't really going to help you much. Okay, so we got the Nooks quest done. Go back here, turn this in. Crank that into high speed there for a few minutes. So we'll go up here, give this hat to Nook. Excellent. Now, stand between the torches. That opens up a secret wall here. Time to go down. These guys are a pain because this is the first enemy that uses Warcry against you. As you can see, we're dazed a little bit, and he keeps on gaining shield. I may need to bring my mage back over here to re-bless. But we'll just skip some of the extra stuff here for a moment. At least get to the main part of the quest here. So you go straight up the hallway in here. And then you have a mage and a warrior. 2 different enemies. Make sure that you keep a war cry on that mage. Once the mage is out of mana, he's pretty much defenseless. So main thing is make sure that his mana supply is exhausted before you die. And I believe there are weapons back here. This is what we've been waiting for. All right, we got gloves, dagger, sword, two-handed sword, in this situation, we're just gonna run, put myself in stealth mode. He backs off. All right. So we got the skull. We're not gonna go through the whole strike thing here. So let's get out of here. And back to Gwendolyn. This is the fourth and final skull. Got some decent experience out of that. So let's go ahead and hit that attack up to 10. Sword up to 8. You can leave that parry at 4 for now, but we want to raise some immunity, which reduces the power of spells cast on you by the enemy. That includes Warcry, Freeze, Lightning, Fireballs, whatever. So let's hit that up. So I'm going to show you a concept in this quest log. Some of these quests kill the foul magician here. It allows you to reopen the quest, and you can do it over again and get another opportunity at slightly lower experience each time. And I think you get a maximum of 10 repeat on any given quest that allows you. So let's go see how we've improved with our skills. Slightly stronger. We got sword, parry, and immunity +2 on this new sword. So I'm sure that's going to help a bit. And at this point, it might not hurt to do this strike this time. Grab that little bit of extra experience boost. Definitely could still use some more immunity. But this is just a basic build. Oh, we were still in stealth. Yeah, if you turn on stealth, make sure you remember to turn that back off. Okay, back to the boss. It's a little too close for comfort. And we popped a level there. So we got some decent experience off of the second turn in. Okay, we're gonna try this shrine. Okay, the original sword was requirement of sword 1, as you can see by this two-handed, and now it's requirement of sword 10, higher modifier weapon 24, compared to the 17 on the two-hander. Obviously, they're both different, but on to the next quest. Gwyn or Gwyn. Okay, now we got a key. Think I'm gonna sneak my mage over here for bless. Alright, we got our bless and some secret potions here. Just basic combo potions. Alright, so we're just gonna attack the quest itself. Really want to get your immunity cranked up at least to 6 with a nice little bless. Especially if you're a newbie, you might even want 8 or 10. And the mages will try to regenerate their mana. So you might want to bounce between targets to keep them engaged. Because if they sit still long enough, they get their mana back. And here's the key we're looking for. And another magical potion. Another immunity potion. That's good. Final key. That war cry really helps. Once they run out of mana, then they come and engage physically for a second. But then if you're not directly attacking them, they will definitely try the meditate their mana back. Got us a nice little ring, parry +2. Run back up to Gwyn and give her this scroll. Alright, potion first, then scroll. Want to be picky about the order. This guy, Reskin, will take your mushrooms and flowers and berries and stuff and give you a little bit of money. $7.50, 7 gold, 50 silver. Okay, we got the key for the next quest. And this one, we want to crank some more skills here. So I think we're going to crank intuition and strength to 14, 15. Might as well do agility also. And then slap that parry up to 6. Looking good, looking good. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of different armors. Looks like they're based off of whatever your weapon is. So we're going to go with the sword attack tactic since we're using a one-handed sword. Got a nice little chest piece. Kind of an intense room. Okay, Logain was the one that gave us that quest, so we turn in the scroll. Next quest. You walk between these barrels through the wall. Guards! This quest looks like it changed a bit, so we'll try to find our way through. Used to be able to left click the potions, but now it makes you pick them up. So they make you right click them. Too close. I don't like being that close to dying as a hardcore. Also, you should always carry a scroll of recall. Don't be like me. And walk back through the wall until the guy acknowledged the quest. Now we are level 9. Alright, so I'm going to crank some attack here. Some parry and immunity. And tactics gives you bonuses to attack, parry, immunity, or offense, defense, and hidden bonus to immunity. It never used to tell you that. You used to have to calculate it. So let's see what it... I think there might have been a change. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, there's a little bit of a change. And then we'll slap some body control on there that gives you armor value and weapon value, which means you get hit less hard and you hit harder. And after that, I think we're at Mama Bear. Oh no, actually, I think there's one more armor piece that we need to get. So in Cameron, you get 6 pieces of gear. Tri-stat +2. And that's down in here. Wait a second. What's going on here? Is there a hidden wall? No. Wrong door. We're down in here. No, 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 no. Down here. There is our parry +2, immunity +2, leggings. Important item there. Let's see if we're ready for Mama Bear. Besides Mama Bear, there is one other quest that originates in Cameron, but ends you up into the next town. So we're gonna go check out Mama Bear for a moment, see what happens. Hopefully we don't die. Wait, what is this? Some kind of ruins over here? Skelly 6, what is this? Alright, so there's a brand new quest. New to me, just as new as it is to you. Unless you already played this game. Looks a little bit... Uh-oh. Okay. Killed all the enemies. Okay, here's one of them red pillars. And that is the area we saw with the water there. And we get 2 chests. Just a little bit of gold. Nothing too special for... I didn't see any kind of items. So nothing too special for experience. I guess just another challenge that they added. Now we can go back up there and find Mama Bear. Now, if I were to run these quests normally, I actually already have characters and gear and stuff, so I'll probably gear my character up to begin with, ensure that I have a full bless all the time for my mage, and probably not repeat quest, and probably not kill every single enemy. And I would kind of speed run it for like 25 to 40 minutes depending. But for the purposes of this walkthrough, just kind of wanted you guys to have a feel for the game. What is this over here? Okay, this is new to me also. Whole bunch of baby bears. And Mama Bear actually used to be in the middle of the woods. Just kind of randomly, but it looks like she's in a cave now. Guess they wanted to add a little more challenge by putting all them baby bears in there. Because people used to stealth kill Mama Bear at level 1, so now you probably need an escort from a higher level to do that. Or just a whole bunch of potions. And don't forget your scroll of recall, unlike me. Okay, here we go. It looks like we are now to the next area. This is the main town of the game, the namesake of the game. This is called Aston, as in Aston of Astonia. Gonna grab this teleporter down here. Tribe of the Isara. That's the teleport place that we're at right now. We have Cameron lit up. Now we need to get Aston. Looks like they added some more intuitive bars here up at the top left under the experience bar here. The red, the orange, I think that's your health and your shield, and then the yellow is your endurance. So that is a pretty neat addition. Also, the mini map in the right top corner was never there before, so that's a new addition to the game. If you are an old player wanting to come back to the game for any reason, there are a lot of new additions here. Apparently, it looks like the Christmas update is still alive and active with the Christmas tree there. Looks like we had a nice mage give us a nice big old blast there. And now we're going to go back to Cameron, and we're going to go to the hunter, turn in the Mama Bear tooth. And that guy is right over here. A little bit of experience there. I think we're going to slap up some tactics and immunity. And this quest is the final quest that originates in Cameron, but it actually will pop us back to Aston when we're done. If we make it all the way through, I hope we do. And here we are looking for zombie skulls. This is one of the most long and drawn out quests from Cameron. And it's all based on luck and RNG with the zombie skulls. Here's one skull. It's easy to get lost in this game, so if you're following along, just kind of follow the directions I'm going. There are maps available all over the internet if the domains are still active. I actually know most of this stuff by heart from playing for, you know, on and off for the past 25 or so years. Looks like in this game they have tokens. I think the tokens give you like donor status and other special effects. Might as well take our chance at another skull here. Those fireballs, we were going to talk about that in a second. Okay, be very careful here. You want to time this perfectly. Make sure you get across right after the fireball was thrown, and then the red on the ground, your cursor, do not go into the middle of this hallway, whatever you do. But I forget which thing is in here. There's a secret wall here. This zombie has a key, and it goes to this chest. Yep, that is the, if you're a warrior, attack +3 ring. Ring of minor offense, so that's very important for a warrior. Especially if you're brand new to the game. So now we're at 1434. 14 is the base that we've raised it to, and 34 is the modifier. And it looks like it gives +68 to offense. Thinking about going to that level 5 spawner in 10 minutes. Uh-oh. I messed that one up. And we're strong enough to handle it. That's good. That's always good. That's why you always bring a scroll. Not only am I living on the edge, being a hardcore character, but I'm also not being careful at all. Okay. I think we're more than halfway there now. That war cry is no joke. It puts a dent into our hit points every time we get hit with that war cry. War cry, if it's strong enough, can really do some damage directly to your hit points. So not only does it stun you, slow you, stop you from casting, but it also does direct damage to your hit points. Okay, I think we made it. So here, we're having pretty bad luck. We need to get a silver skull. We also need to keep a normal skull, but also this body has a note on it. So we can grab that note for now. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to make this our stopping point. And obviously you just kind of go through the skeleton area and come down to this little place where there's the 3 shrines. Collect skulls, put the skulls into this first shrine until you get a silver skull. Make sure you also have a normal skull, and that will be all the requirements for the final quest that originates in Cameron. Anyway, we're going to end here. We'll be back in a little bit. Probably in a little bit tonight. But yeah, if you guys enjoy this game, Astonia, watch me and I'll stream it a little bit. We're almost to the cool part. We got through the newbie area, Cameron. That is all the quest walkthroughs for Cameron in Astonia 3 Resurgence. And we'll check you guys later. Thanks for tuning in.